Welcome back, everybody. You got Will and I-Man here from the Blockout and MetaZone, Rovi and MScribe, and today we're going to be talking about some rainbow charts, some Bitcoin,
and some Ordinals, and some runes, and some prunes, and some taps.
Didn't we already talk about prunes, dude?
I mean,
some praps.
Tap.
Oh,
tap
okay.
Tokens.
Okay.
And even some vessels at the very end, if we have time, which we should. Basically,
there's a lot of words, dude.
A lot of new words. God. You know, it all started with Bitcoin, which is why I feel like Bitcoin deserves its time to shine.
You know, why does everyone feel so negative right now, dude? Why?
Well, I don't think everyone. It's just everyone that we know, right?
That's everybody, dude.
Well, it's because we're like deeply invested in this Ordinal space, right? And then remember, Ordinals was like the thing back in the day, like a year and a half ago. It was the thing that pulled us out of the muck. Remember? We felt like deep depression pre-Ordinals.
Sure, I remember those days.
Post FTX, pre-Ordinals days. God, those were the worst.
It's called the doom loop era.
Yeah, the doom cycle. It was every fucking post was just like doom, dude. It was very unhealthy for our minds until we read the Ordinal theory white paper, dude.
Yeah,
and it was like, wow.
A breath of fresh air.
Yeah, it felt like an actual pulse, right, that we could gravitate towards. So here we are a year and a half later.
And we're all dead.
It seems like we're all sad again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy how quickly like things can turn around. But it's important to like keep everybody centered on like the long-term perspective of everything.
Yeah, so I have a question for everyone watching. Do you guys feel sad? Or
maybe sad is not the right word.
Or bad?
I don't think bad is either. Well, it's more like, do you feel some like...
do you feel down?
Yeah, I guess. Like some downward sentiment, whether it's like, you know, you're starting to lose conviction in things. I'm seeing the sentiment on Twitter. Yeah, it's like, you know what? Seeing it. You know what? These influencers, like the Block Runner guys or whoever else, they lied to us for the past year.
They didn't explicitly say us.
No, I know. I'm pocketing ourselves into that group of people, right? They're blaming the influencers.
Yeah, we're not influencing anybody. We're just here for the entertainment, dude.
Whatever, dude. The content producers or what?
Yeah.
The information disseminators. Does that sound better to you?
The information distributors.
There you go. So we're definitely one of those, right? I would say.
All right. Sure.
So it's our fault. Like we gave everybody like a false premise. This is just like a singular person on Twitter that I saw today.
Yeah, which represents all of the economy.
Right. Yeah. It's like it's y'all's fault. You know, you guys overhyped this Ordinals thing. You sold us that this is going to be the next big thing, but it's been nothing but numbers go down for like months now.
Yeah.
So clearly you guys were wrong, and you guys have already probably exited from the markets, like off of our euphoria. It's like shame on you.
Right.
Like, so what's our response to that, dude?
Well, we didn't say it was going to happen today, or.
Yeah, but I don't think we ever like gave like a 100% stamp of like
it's happening now.
Well, I guess.
Well, the thing is that when things are down, that should signal an opportunity in your mind.
Yeah, but
and that's when you're supposed to pay attention, not feel bad.
Yeah, but in order for that to occur, you have to first of all understand human psychology and how like typically the brain operates like under these different pressures, market pressures, right? So
yeah.
Your own brain is like your worst enemy in times like this, right?
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
I've experienced it like so many times in the past.
Yeah,
missed out on so many opportunities.
Yeah, even experienced people, they fall into this trap.
Yeah, like even when COVID was happening, like man, I had the opportunity to go like full force all in. Like I'm talking when ETH like got as low as like $30 or something.
I don't know if it got that low, but it was
89s.
Yeah, under $100.
Yeah, it was really bad. Bitcoin was what? 3K?
3K, 3,500.
Yeah, dude, I could have went, but I was like, I let my brain, the psychology of what was happening in that moment.
Yeah, like it's all over. Like Bitcoin and Ethereum don't matter now.
Yeah, fuck that stuff, dude. I need to be buying bullets and like, you know, Campbell's soup.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I need to reprioritize my allocations here, dude. You know, the world is actually ending.
Yeah, I remember.
And that was the opportunity of a lifetime, right?
It was.
So here we are again. I mean, the world's not really crumbling unless, I don't know, I guess like Biden is like sleeping on stage. You know, Trump is like a convicted felon. He's about to take over the world. And like the Supreme Court just gave him like immunity powers. He could like just do whatever he wants. Or any sitting president can.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that. So yeah, there's still like macro bleakness out there, but yeah, I mean,
not as bad as COVID, but we still feel bad.
We still feel bad, and we're still like reluctant, and we're losing our conviction and hope. So it's like, fuck, dude, what do we do?
Right. So we look at the charts, right?
Let's look at the charts. Let's start there.
All right. So Bitcoin, and we've been looking at this chart for years now, and we like the rainbow chart because not because it's accurate, but because it gives you like an idea of where we are in the market.
Yeah, and like just perspective, right? Like,
yeah,
look how like really minute the actual movement of things are, and like how much like emotion, like transpires from it. Like, right? It's like,
yeah, this is the start of the doom loop here.
Yeah,
for like a whole year, it was just like nothing but negative stuff was happening.
Yeah,
and then this is when FTX collapsed.
Correct. So, yeah, but like ultimately, like nothing's really happening. We're basically just sideways, right? We've been sideways. It's just these little short-term dips and rise. They influence you too much, too.
Yeah, they make you question yourself, your decisions.
Yeah, so it's just we need to collectively all understand like this is like normal stuff. What you're feeling is normal. And if you had conviction a year ago, like nothing has really changed to like really deter the fundamental value of everything we've been presenting all along, right?
Right.
The idea of ordinals, fungible tokens, metaverse, all these things that can exist on Bitcoin.
Yeah, they're still viable. Still,
it's still gonna happen.
Yeah,
regardless of charts.
All right, moving on. So we're looking at a tweet here by Callie. My 2 sats on the Ordinals rune market. I believe when Bitcoin is going to break the previous new all-time high, we will have capital flowing from safe, slow assets to riskier assets like those that are Ordinals and Bitcoin runes.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
That's typically what happens, dude. It's always like a Bitcoin euphoric uprising. It's like, holy shit, we're in price discovery mode. And then, so like, I guess like an exploratory phase typically follows, right? So
yeah. And both of these, we were like looking at new stuff in these 2 sectors. This was like BRC20s. This is all the protocols that are spawning out of thin air.
Correct.
Like there was a lot of stuff to invest in this point in time.
Well, really, it's like you see the little pocket between the 2 bubbles.
Yeah,
that's where you wanted to be like making your actual bets, right?
That's right.
And that's what we were doing, right? And that's when things like Bitmap was emerging, and early DMT stuff like Natcats were probably forged somewhere around the beginnings of like this craziness. So, I mean, these are the times where you really want to identify real value, right? And we keep saying that, but I feel like we need to continue to emphasize on that, just because that's all we can offer, really. We can only offer our experience, right? And that's what our experience tells us. It's like chill and stay close to your conviction, lads.
Steady.
Stay steady, lads. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're looking at CoinGecko and Unisat.
So having said that, here's I wanted you to see this because I don't know if you've ever. Oh wait, is this filtered incorrectly or?
We're looking at.
Oh yeah, this is the 24-hour trading volume of basically BRC20 tokens, dude.
Okay, so 24 hours, 50K, less than 50K, and then it drops off.
Pretty much nothing.
A few $100.
Yeah. So after that like rile of a speech I just gave.
Yeah. Let's invest in BRC20s, right?
Let's go investigate. All right. I believe in you, Iman and Will. You know what? Conviction is all you need. And then you come and you see this, and it's like, oh, shit.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to actually
do that,
to
right?
pull the trigger on this stuff, for sure.
But that's exactly the point, right?
Well, I mean, if you like memes, there's no better place to look into BRC20s because all of that is mostly like meme action here.
Well, across most of the fungible token landscape of Bitcoin, period.
Like Ordi? I don't know if this is accurate, dude. $854
on Unisat, right?
Yeah, seems weird.
Why
dude.
would this not be accurate?
Seems weird.
Okay, well, I mean, but Track is still up there if you're looking for. So we're gonna talk about Track later on. Well, let's check out OKX. The next one is it any better over there?
All right, so
not really.
This is still BRC20s, and basically the same thing.
Yeah. Ordi, where's Ordi? It's not even like on the list.
Yeah,
dude.
it's not ranked here.
What the heck? There it is.
Oh, 20th.
$1,000, dude. Do you still feel that conviction, Will?
I feel some tingling somewhere.
Well, whatever. So the point is, you have to really be plugged in to understand, like to not look at these numbers and be completely pushed out.
Yeah.
Right. Because if you understand what's actually in development, which we've tried our best to keep our finger on that and to, again, disseminate that information to you guys.
Right.
Like the protocol itself supporting these tokens is in like an upgrade path, right?
Yeah.
And let's talk about that. There's a new thing called Fractal Bitcoin here.
All right. Welcome to Fractal. We're excited to introduce Fractal Bitcoin, a groundbreaking solution that brings infinite scalability to the Bitcoin network.
Now that's
that's quite the statement.
I'm already
it says infinite scalability.
God damn.
Those are two words I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, but I
don't know if I've seen that combination of words.
Well, it gets you, definitely piques your interest, right? It's like,
sure,
all right, let's see how you're going to achieve this.
Yeah, so Fractal Bitcoin. All right.
Got a nice little Notion doc here.
A Notion document,
so
all right.
Look at this graphic. Can you like interpret at all what's happening here? Like,
all right, let me enhance.
So we got Bitcoin here at the top, right? It's the dinosaur chain.
Yeah.
It's the one we all love dearly. There's $1.5 trillion worth of value sitting in there.
Okay.
So like, all right, let's fractalize this into like a new, another instance essentially of the same thing, right?
Okay, so the node primitive of the virtualized fractal instance. So we have a fractal swap, a more flexible BRC20 swap that supports Bitcoin as well. We have transferring assets between Bitcoin mainnet and Fractal. So this is the bridge.
Yeah.
Application that brings massive real-world transactions on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Uniworld. That's a metaverse.
That is a metaverse. Yeah, it's always been interesting. I remember when we first read that Fractal Bitcoin white paper, they mentioned the metaverse a lot.
They did.
Which was kind of weird from Unisat. It's like, dude, I thought you guys were like token slingers. It's like all of a sudden,
all of a
sudden
talking
a big game about the metaverse, right?
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
And then we have the infrastructure, Unisat Wallet, Unisat Explorer, and Unisat API.
Okay, so they got a plan, dude. They got something lined up. They got a solution. You know, they're not marketing this as like some sort of L2. This is something else.
Yeah, this is something different.
Yeah.
All right, I'm liking it. I mean, I'm definitely interested in seeing what's happening here. Okay,
so that's why we do this, right? It's like, okay, Unisat clearly has a vested interest and control in the BRC20 market, right? You see them. This is like their roadmap on display, essentially.
Yeah.
To take that ecosystem to the next stage. So, in light of that information, you should be, doing something with that. You could either completely fade it. It's like, I have zero faith. That's just a graphic. It doesn't mean anything to me, right?
Yeah.
Or it's like, you know what? This seems very entertaining. I want to follow along.
Yeah.
Right?
No. Yeah. If we've learned anything, it's never to just fade what's happening.
Yeah.
You're supposed to investigate.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing.
Correct.
All right. So tap protocol. Turn on the tap. It says, remember running a validator node for the track network will yield tap APY, and the track validator license presale is coming very soon, so don't miss your chance to secure one.
Yeah, man. So things are happening. So we're talking about fungible tokens. So I don't have anything pulled up here to represent tap tokens, but whatever aggregation of data we can come up with, I'm sure it would be equally as grim looking as BRC20s, right? To be honest. Factoring in the NAT token, factoring Sora's token, Traverse. There's a bunch of other tap tokens, right? Collectively, we're looking at similar market activity. Right?
Yeah.
So, where's the conviction, dude? How am I going to be convicted in tap? Why should I secure my validators licensees for tap tokens, right?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of this is having conviction and just because of these fundamental analysis. Because when we looked in track, when it was 200,000 market cap, we saw a solution to a big problem.
Yeah.
And the same thing, we saw a value in Bitmap too. Before anyone understood what it was, we said there's value here.
Yeah, you call those are the asynchronous opportunities, right?
Right.
Meaning there's not much, because it's at such a low state of market positioning
Traction?
or something, whatever.
Yeah.
There's not much to lose at that point, right?
Right.
There's so much to gain.
Yeah.
If the execution actually falls in line, right? And people these days don't like to subscribe to anything that has a high degree of execution risk. But
yeah, that's why everyone likes meme tokens, because it's
there's really nothing to execute.
Yeah, there's nothing to execute, and it's all up to the community to kind of push a token ticker.
Correct. But yeah, these projects, these propositions with like high execution risks, they present the highest upside potential for entertainment.
That's right.
So we're going to keep following those.
Well, not only, I mean, it's a high potential for like the asynchronous bet, but it's repeatable. Like if you keep finding problems and solutions, and you invest your time and your understanding in those solutions, you're repeating these like successful like strategies.
Yeah.
You cannot do that with memes.
Correct.
And that's the valuable thing here.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of, I mean, we talked about Track in its infancy, and here we are, dude, like in an oscillation stage, right? As people like to call it.
Yeah. So Track at $1.32. It has peaked and troughed, peaked again, and troughed again.
So let me ask you, dude. Like, is this? Do you see an opportunity here? Like,
well, yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, when it comes to Track, I mean, they're leveraging Track for their validator nodes, and so you kind of need Track in order to get access to that ecosystem. But outside of that, I mean, Track, they're doing big things. They're solving big problems. And so having some exposure here is not the most insane thing.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, I'm definitely not going to say go in or anything, but
okay.
For entertainment purposes, this is something to consider.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely agree. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, during these quiet periods, it's good to kind of really hone in on what's offering like the biggest, again, asynchronous upside potential. So infrastructure is always a good consideration, and we're talking about infrastructure for Bitcoin. So let's take a look at this next image here.
All right.
Just so we can kind of get some context so far as like what's actually at stake, you know?
So this chart says it all couple that with the already brilliant community culture already established in Runes and Ordinals, it becomes very powerful. A violent repricing is inevitable.
So just look at this Bitcoin is a real thing to focus on. Like comparing it to Ethereum and Solana, you know, you see like a very much more established ratio between the, I guess like the base asset, the liquidity of the ecosystem is in like the base asset, and then like the protocol environment associated to it.
Damn, that's crazy. So we're looking at market cap comparisons with the fungible token market cap.
Yeah, like look at Bitcoin, dude. So there's an obvious like oddity here.
Yeah, there's a discrepancy of value proposition here.
Yeah, so we don't know what the actual final ratio will become, but nonetheless, like,
man, imagine if this is like
Ethereum.
Yeah, Ethereum, where it's like
1.5 trillion, dude. Yeah,
yeah, $1.6 trillion fungible token market cap on Bitcoin.
Yeah, so if you have this is what I'm talking about. This is where the conviction comes from. Is like these types of understandings, right? We're talking about Bitcoin here.
Yeah.
In comparison to everything else that exists, and it's not unfeasible at all to assume like, you know, eventually the developers will figure this out, right?
Yeah, for sure.
We're in progress. It's happening right now. Real value is being created on Bitcoin. Yeah, it's not mirroring Ethereum and Solana yet, but
yeah, assume
it will. And do you really want to wait for that to happen, or do you want to be positioned before it happens, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's where we're at. We're in that before moment. Yeah, this is like a tale as old as time. Like everybody's questioning their sanity.
Yeah.
It's like, man, maybe I should be in Ethereum and Solana instead because they already have proven black bars. Is that black? Yeah, that's black.
Yeah.
My glasses kind of obfuscates colors a bit. But yeah, the Bitcoin's missing its black bar, you know.
Indeed.
All right.
Yeah, I totally agree. Okay, moving on.
Last thing.
Finally.
Last note. BTC substance, dude.
Dude, over 60% minted out. That's insane.
Yeah. So this is like literally developing right now. Before we got on here, you know.
Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up because it's actually live happening.
Yeah, we wanted to clue you guys in. This is like a happening now thing on mScribe. So DMT, of course, part of the Bitcoin ecosystem, part contributing to the black bar at some point.
Yeah.
And these are the early happenings of like, I guess the ecosystem in its infancy stage. So yeah, this is happening in real time.
Almost 1,000 mints in like less than an hour, or about an hour, I should say.
Yeah. So by the time this video gets posted, we'll probably be around like the 70% range. So just letting you guys know, this could potentially be the second blockout. Privilege Authority blockout. Royals was the first.
Yeah, look at all this purple.
Yeah. So hopefully this thing does fully block out. That would be pretty cool, just to kind of like have that second notch under the DMT belt, right? You know, privilege authority is actually going to become like a staple of, you know, non-arbitrary asset distribution.
Mm-hmm.
So keep your eyes on that too. We'll have a DMT update vid later in the week as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for us. I think the biggest takeaway here is
let's take a look real quick in case you guys. Let's just find a BTC substance. I mean, a vessel, a DMT vessel.
Sure.
Is there a way to find one real quick?
Let's go to.
That's gonna probably not be it.
Well, yeah, well, I'm on the wrong browser. That's why. But let me see if I can go to the marketplace.
Okay, just so you guys know, we need context, right? It's like, okay, yeah, cool, we got a mint going on, but what's being minted here?
Yeah,
here they are. They're loading.
All right, so these are completely on-chain 3D assets that hopefully get pulled up here. I guess in the meantime, we can go to Twitter. Wait, actually, we can just go to his Twitter account here.
Yeah, there we go.
And see what sort of assets are spawning here.
We needed one in motion.
Here
there we go. So this is it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to say about what this thing actually is.
Yeah, so a lot of the traits are generated once you inscribe these things. And so the script here that's on chain is using the inscription ID to generate some of the traits that represent this asset. And that's why there's a lot of attraction with this concept.
Yeah, there's been many months of development leading up to like enabling this to happen because, you know, it's leveraging so many different on-chain components to the rendering scheme.
Right.
But like the actual parameters of existence to this asset, that is not arbitrary, right? So like it's a whole new sector of creation native to Bitcoin.
Right.
And it's the ecosystem continues to grow. And this is probably one of the biggest like art showcases we've seen, like from a generative 3D artist.
Yeah.
I mean, people are gravitating to it, dude. Like it's pretty.
I think
it's nice to watch.
The engineering here is like one of the more interesting aspects, just because there is no way to tell how, you know, what the traits, the rarities, until you actually get this thing minted.
Correct.
And so yeah, this is new stuff happening.
Okay.
But that's it for us. If we miss anything as far as like Fractal Bitcoin, new metaverses, 3D content being generated, let us know in the comment section below. I appreciate you guys for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Peace.